Are you ready for a show?
What do we got?
Is that a fraternity?
This is an expensive bush.
I'm sorry, I felt inspiration.
I'm about to rip it out of the ground. Ah!
Use the hips. It'll come easier.
Come on! Oh!
We're having a hard time hanging onto our balls. They're so big.
I'm a mama bitch.
Claws are out!
This movie is about a fraternity.
Yes.
You went to Harvard.
Yeah.
That you were not suited for this movie at all.
I had to do a lot of research. It was like anthropology.
So how did you do the research?
How I do all my research on Wikipedia.
What was the
How America does the research.
What was the craziest thing you saw on YouTube? And you were like, oh, that's.
The Elephant Walk is in our film.
Okay, here's what I think it is, because I've heard this. It's naked guys on like all fours.
They don't have to be on all fours, but they could,
Let
they
me
could
do
be.
it. Don't
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. They're putting their hand through their legs and like holding each other's hands.
No.
What is
They
it?
put their hands through the legs and they're holding the junk of the dude in front of them.
If I was in a situation where we were all grabbing each other's dicks, what would be your greatest fear?
That is my greatest.
That is it, yeah. What happens then?
I'm afraid I'd get an erection.
Really?
Yeah.
After seeing it happen in real life, you would not be
'Cause
afraid that you would get
Because that's going to be hard to explain.
It would not have happened.
That's
Liberace
all-
wouldn't have gotten an erection in that room.
Being in a fraternity is like hanging out with your friends, except for every once in a while you do things like an elephant walk, you know, where you get naked and you put your thumb up their ass while you're grabbing their dick and you walk around in a circle.
No one told me about the thumb part.
You were just grabbing the...
I just found out about this whole thing, but they didn't tell me a thing about the
Oh,
thumb.
yeah, no. A true elephant walk is thumb up the ass, hand on the penis,
Wow.
and then you march in a circle.
I
'Cause
don't-
elephants do that, I think. They actually... Who knew they had thumbs?
Now, if you were a young extra and you came to set all excited to be in movies, and Nick Stoller
know,
walked up
and
to you
then
and
he-
said, "Hey, today's the Elephant Walk," and you're like, "What's an elephant walk?"
Yeah,
and then he told
exactly.
you, "What would you still be in film today?"
It's debatable.
I don't like to spring anything on anyone, so we had told all the extras ahead of time, you have to show your bottoms. Somehow it never got to them that they would have to hold. They had this like flesh-colored socks.
We've Cinemax, we know.
Yeah, you know the whole thing.
Yeah.
So the flesh-colored sock. So I start shooting, and they're just walking in a circle.
We were like, oh shit, they don't know what they're actually supposed to do.
Whose job is it to tell them at that point?
Nick went in
He
and
stood
told
up.
them.
Yeah,
He did
good.
it. He's like, I'm just going to do
A
it.
weaker man would send someone else.
You did it with authority.
He just did it.
He
Here's what it is,
yeah,
guys.
that's what we're
You're
doing.
reaching in the
Do
legs
it.
of the guy in front of you.
You are a fraternity
I mean,
hazer.
became a
You-
I became a.
It's a Stanford prison experiment.
It is.
It was funny looking at each of their expressions. It was
They all dealt with it
most of the guys
differently.
were in frowns, and then there was one guy who was just super stoked.
He knew he'd be in the movie.
We can try it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll be right back.